Welcome to week 4 of M-Town Kickball Talk. Matt Buss still here. V-Ham's out. We brought Nick back. Nick, how you been?
Pretty good.
Are you here to talk more shit about more people you barely know?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right,
Let's see
it's
who's
good to hear.
the agenda today.
I asked Nick a couple questions that Luis Ortiz, the sound guy, wrote down, and then we're going to get Garret Barry on the phone. Has a lot to say. Of course he does. We love Garret Barry here.
We did have a viewer question.
A viewer question?
One from Kevin Jacobs.
Oh yeah,
remember?
Kevin Jacobs actually wanted to know, what was the question, Nick?
He asked if we'd rather play with 8
Oh,
players.
Yeah. Would you rather play on a team with 8 players or be stuck with Kyle Doctor as your last pick? Now, Nick, how about you?
I want Kyle Doctor on my team.
You rather have 9 and one of them be Kyle Doctor than just 8?
Yeah, I want Kyle Doctor.
You want Kyle Doctor?
Yeah.
You okay? All right. Me
He's the
personally,
biggest heart in the league.
I mean, talent-wise, I'm almost 100% sure Kyle Doctor brings, like, negative talent.
It doesn't matter. He has the biggest heart in the league.
I would like to have him on my team, though.
Yeah.
I'd take him as my 9th guy over, like, a majority of people that I especially took last year. We don't like to get into
Dean, what are you doing? Cut. No.
Anyway, Nick?
Yeah.
Got a couple questions here from Big Lou. After he just ruined that entire first thing we did. What is the ideal team you would like to be on? Who would you like to get drafted by?
Public transportation.
Public transportation. Storied franchise, to say the least. Nick, I wouldn't mind having you. Late 5th round, maybe some 6th round action. Hopefully you fall even later. I mean, the more shit talking you do, Dan Mac's not going to pick you now. V-Ham doesn't want
I told Dan Mac not to pick me.
Yeah, so I mean...
Maybe he will just because
wants to ruin... I don't know.
Haha.
Yeah, it's a big LOL, I'd say. All right, Nick. So you picked public transportation. That means a lot to me, must say. Wish everyone felt that way. What should everyone be doing to prepare for this tournament?
Well, once it gets warmer, you should probably practice kickball.
What about the
That's
gym?
probably the... What?
I heard you've been going to the gym a lot lately.
I guess, yeah, you should, always keep a good workout regimen going.
A good workout regimen, huh?
Jack off 1 to 2 times a day. 1 minimum.
Okay, all right, that's... What percentage of players do you think have the fire behind their eyes to win? That's a Musoff quote right there, Nick.
How many people are in the league?
Looks like about 90, I'd say. Exactly.
90?
90.
He did an exact percentage.
Exact percentage, Nick.
percentage?
No calculators.
Probably like 10% or something.
10%.
Not a lot. I mean, there's a lot of...
Nine people.
9 people, so 1 team.
Yeah, but they're not all going to be on the same team. They're going to be spread out.
Do you have it? Do you have the fire behind your
Yeah, I'll
eyes?
tell you.
He'll tell us. He'll tell us right now.
I'll tell you, Musoff once told me I had the biggest heart on the JV soccer team, so...
Emphasis. Okay. Yeah.
Just to all the captains out there, I'd want to pick this guy up nice and quick. Biggest
Besides
heart.
all the captains you already pushed away from you because you don't want to be on their team.
Well, I mean, I didn't push away that many
No,
captains.
no,
It
yeah.
was 1, Dan Mac.
Dan Mack, you said, I don't know about Dylan Spiel. Matt Vanderham, Ryan Vanderham. You're not going to Mark's team. That's not happening. Mark will not pick you.
All right. I get
Maybe
the point.
Joe? I mean, I don't...
Yeah, Joe, he's a good guy.
I don't know if you...
Oh,
no,
yeah.
he didn't comment
Oh,
on
no. No, speaking of Joe, I don't know what Matthew's trash talk about Joe is. Could there be a nicer guy out there?
Yeah, Big Joe's a pretty nice guy, I must admit. VHam's a loose cannon. He'll go after anyone. He doesn't care.
I was a little fucked up, though.
He said,
I've never met anyone who didn't like Joe before. That's
Joe-
how you know there's something wrong with VHam.
Joe said he'll beat up VHam on the field.
I don't doubt it.
Off the field, it doesn't really matter to him.
All right, what's the next question?
You want to hear the next question?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right. Okay, this is... Who out of all the captains would be the last one standing in an all-out fist fight to the death, and why?
I need to think about all the Joe's pretty big.
Yeah, I'm going to put my vote on Joe.
Joe's
here.
big, and maybe you...
Thanks. I appreciate
Maybe you, if, like, something happens to Joe. Like he couldn't make it to the fist fight.
You know,
or
Nick,
something.
my 5th grade birthday party, Blackbeard's Cave, we had a boxing tournament. Carol was there. I knocked his ass out. But I got to admit, I knocked Joe out, too.
Yeah, Joe was tiny back then.
Wouldn't
so.
be afraid to do it again. And Tile beat the shit out of me. I'm not going to lie about that. But I'm just going to shoot that out there.
Yeah, Joe would kill you, so we're
All
just
right,
assuming he
fair
wouldn't
enough.
make it.
V-Ham, would he be the first one killed? I'm forgetting everyone else. Dylan Spiel has those haymakers.
Yeah, V-Ham might be the first one dead.
I haven't seen Dan Mack in a fight So I don't know. I mean, he's pretty old. He's a lot
He
older
might be
than
the
all of
second
us.
one killed.
Wow, that's
I'm thinking of everyone. I don't know, actually. I didn't mean that. There's a lot
I,
of...
I didn't mean that.
and I'm thinking of all the captains. Who knows where
Garret
Connor's
Barry,
gonna fall.
Garret Barry, and
Garret,
Connor.
Garret, I forgot about Garret.
All right, yo, speaking
Garrett's
of
not gonna win the
speaking
fist
of
fight.
Garret, get Garret on the phone.
Garret on the phone?
Get him on the phone.
I
Garrett's-
forgot we were doing that.
I announced it already. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can take a break.
Garret. All right, let's make Garret FaceTime me. Last video I was on and asked
just
me.
click it.
He asked me to make fun of him. Like he said, "Can you please make fun of me next video?"
He wants to be on the show, so let's just do it for
We're
the
just
kid.
gonna give him the attention he wants. Make sure the volume's all the way up.
Garret.
Doing today, sir?
What?
Am I live on Kickball Talk or no?
Garret.
Where's your shirt?
Garrett's shirtless. You can't really
Alright,
see.
the
Put
Kickball
that.
world, you might not be able to, but I'm shirtless because I've been working out hard. I'm coming to this tournament in the greatest shape of my life.
Mike Giuseppe shape? We're talking?
Well, as I've mentioned previously, he is my personal trainer, and we hit the gym twice a day, usually about 6 a week.
Wow.
Twice a day.
Garret, have you put on any weight?
Put on a solid 20 pounds of muscle. He has me on something called This Is Permanent. I'm not sure what that is, but
Okay.
it works really well.
All right. GB, now, a lot of people are doubting you as a newcomer captain. You made a big error, apparently, to lose a game. Bounced off your giant collarbone.
Well, last year I wasn't in peak physical shape, and being 6'4", it's a little hard to judge the ball and stuff in the air, so I'll make an error. I'll own up to that, because that's what a good captain should do.
Wow. I respect that. All right, Garret. Now, you told me that there was someone specific you wanted to call out today.
I'm not really calling out a person, I'm calling out his playing style. Joe Hackett. Person, I
Joe
love
Hackett.
the kid. Great personality.
Okay.
On the field, I fucking hate him.
Oh, all right. You hate him.
I wouldn't say hate, I
You
despise.
just said hate. You despise. I think that's worse. Okay. Why?
Well, you see, I mean, I wouldn't draft him just because he's even going to be healthy for the tournament. I feel like the wind blows and that kid breaks an ankle or something.
He actually just tweeted the kickball account and said he'll be 110% by himself. No one even asked for that. I mean, that's cool, I guess.
Do we have a doctor's confirmation on that?
Kyle Doctor? Is that who you're referring to? Because that's the best I can do.
We only have one doctor in the tournament. Who else would I be talking
Well,
about?
actually, right now there's like an Instagram like little brawl going on between Devin and Kyle Doctor, and Devin just said he's not a certified doctor. I don't know how I feel about that.
We'll move on to Devin, actually.
Devin,
So,
oh.
Devin, a lot of captains aren't going to take him.
All right.
I, for one, am not one of those people. If he's there when I'm picking, he's mine.
He's yours. You're taking Devin
Yep.
Tomei.
Yes, Devin Tomei is my number one pick. 10 days a week. I don't even think that's possible.
It's okay. There's 7, but that's fine. So wait, all right. But you're not worried that Devin will take your team, change the name, pick his own color, and you'll just
Honestly, he can do whatever he wants. If I get a ring in the end, that's all I'm really worried about.
No, Garret, I respect that. Devin Tomei will lead your team to victory like he led Connor's. Even though Connor claims he was one of the best captains. Actually, he claims that he was the best captain. Do you agree with
What?
that?
Captain last year?
Yeah, Connor was a captain last year, believe it or not.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
A lot of people didn't. Do you think he is the best captain coming into this season?
The best captain, I would have to say, I wouldn't say myself because, I'm pretty unproven. I'm a new captain. It's either between Bick and Balls or Team Serbia.
Team okay. Espinosa's Cartel and Kickball Corporation?
Well, yeah, you
Haven't heard
see, he
much
comes from
about
a
them.
soccer background. That's all they do down there in those, wherever he came, Mexico, I think.
Weren't you on that team last year?
I was on that team, and I felt like he possessed great leadership qualities and pulled together a team of retards because it was pretty much me, him, and I think a couple of girls, and I don't really know who
You
else.
brought your cousin to the tournament, Garret.
Yeah, well, that was because apparently Travis Genatasio quit or something, and he couldn't make it. Did
Yeah.
you guys make him cry? And now he wouldn't show up.
Something along the lines of that, yeah. We beat Public Transportation beat them like 10-0 in a scrimmage. I'm not gloating or anything.
Should we ask Garret a question?
Yeah, we're gonna ask you a question, Garret.
Hold on, let
And
me.
but open to anything, just not calculus. An exam.
Don't worry.
What do you think about Mark Edwards?
Mark Edwards and Crazy M Block.
Crazy M
Haven't talked to the kid in a while, but we go way back, as in like freshman year of high school. So we boys. So I'm not gonna say anything bad about him.
You
I
think
like
he
that.
remembers you?
I don't know if he remembers me, but there's a good chance.
I never know. Ask him another
I mean,
question.
at
Are
the
these-
tournament, he'll be skied as fuck anyway, so who really cares? He's gonna have a great time. His team's gonna be funny, I guess. They're gonna talk a lot of shit, but
Yeah, GB. That's our next question for you. Do you think he'll be able to pull together the same squad? Or close to it?
I mean, I don't know where else he's gonna get the weed from, so I'd hope he'd be able to pull together the same squad.
That's a...
You know, speaking of that squad, Lewis, this is, I don't know if this is a question. He wrote Debbie now. I don't know if that...
Oh, Debbie now, referring to the 8th grade Luke Finn term.
Debbie one time, I think.
Okay. How do you think she's doing?
How do I think Debbie's doing?
That's a real Sean Warnock type question right there. So if
Even
he's
Sean
doing
Warnock,
it,
he's in the league.
I feel like he would know the answer to that. How?
I can only assume Debbie has like 8 kids by now and is somewhere in Colorado.
Colorado, that's a nice place. I don't know if she's there.
Colorado?
Mississippi, maybe.
Yeah, that's more of a southern thing, I feel like.
Garrett, where do you think that Nick belongs in the draft stock?
He's referring to himself.
That is me, in fact, actually.
Nick Bigliaccio, greatest beard in the tournament. Put that on record.
Oh,
No, yes, thank you, Garrett.
No,
because there is a question that says best facial hair. Thank you, Garrett.
Garrett,
Nick Bigliaccio,
Garrett,
best beard in the tournament
Garrett,
by far.
you have not seen Kyle Barry recently, I must add.
No, I'm kind of stuck here in Pennsylvania. I only get food twice a week shipped in by airplane.
As
But
long as Garrett thinks my beard's the best, I'll accept it.
Kyle Barry's beard is magnificent. Anyone who hasn't seen it, they should
as
be
far as
trained.
Nick Bigliaccio's draft stock, not great intangibles. I would say his athleticism on a scale of 1 to 10, closer to a 30. But he has been hitting the gym. Lots of power in that leg, I'm assuming, and he does have some soccer experience. So I'm saying 3rd to 4th round.
Ooh.
You're picking Nick in the 3rd round.
Nick in the 3rd round. Put
I'd
it
be
on paper.
proud to be on your team, Garrett.
You would be proud.
I like to hear it.
What's your team name, Garrett? Oh, the biggest kids here. I forgot. How could I forget that?
Wonder why. I mean,
Ooh, not,
yet again,
not
I
that
am
big.
shirtless, and I am 6'4", and I'm jacked now. So, biggest kid here by far.
All right, Garrett. I remember you saying something about you got to be at least like 5'11", 5'10" to be on your team.
Yes, there is a height requirement.
Yeah, I'm around there.
Around there is you get measured.
What's the limit?
5'10".
Nick, you're like 6 feet, right?
Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah, Nick's
I'm like
about
6'1".
Nick's about
I'm not
six.
gonna be out here with a tape measure, guys. Just if you look like a little bitch, I'm not drafting you.
All right.
All right,
Just don't look like a little bitch.
all right. Any more questions for GB, or should we end this?
That's Garrett. You have been the best guest so far. Let's just put it
And
out
we've
there.
only had Devin, so
I'd like to thank you for your time here.
Have a great night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
night.
All right, you won't, but we'll see you. All right, we have a few more questions.
I love that kid. Let me see. This.
Biggest fuckboy. That's what Lewis asked.
I don't
These
even-
are all from Lewis.
I don't even know how to answer that question.
It's
Nick,
definitely Mike Sullivan.
Mike Sullivan. Like I don't.
I think I'm judging it off his brother. I just assume he's the
Wow.
same way.
I don't even know what the
Sorry,
definition
Mike.
of that is. Sorry, Mike. Yeah, sorry, Mike Sullivan.
You're the
who
biggest fuckboy in
Nick
the
definitely
tournament.
has never met. Add that.
I've
to the list.
never met you in my
Check
life.
his Instagram.
Roy Dudley.
I'm having trouble remembering what you look like.
Brandon O'Leary, and
You might not see this. I don't know why you would watch this.
I don't know why anyone watches this. To be honest with you.
I remember your picture. You're big. You're big. You're big. You're big. That's what you said.
Okay. All right. Nick has a list here actually of 5 kids that he believes he could beat up in a fist fight. Been a lot of talk about the potential of a benches clearing brawl if it were to happen. Brian Golad seems to be always saying that he would kill everyone in the benches clearing brawl. I'm not doubting that, to be honest with you. Devin Tomei, big name. But Nick has a select group of people here.
Can I
Nick,
get a hold
Nick
of
would
this
like.
list? I
Nick
want
would
to
like read
change
it.
the first one. I don't really like that. We're gonna change that. Number 1 is Brandon O'Leary. Number 2 is Kyle Doctor. No, Kyle, I like you. I don't actually want to fight you. Number 3 is Matt Santos, and no one likes Matt Santos.
Why did you change the first one?
Who's the first one?
It's Joe Hackett.
It was Joe Hackett. Garrett kind of reminded me.
He doesn't think he can
kinda-
beat up Joe Hackett.
Kind of like.
folks.
No, it's not about.
No, that's exactly it. He's afraid of Joe Hackett.
I just wanted to put Brandon O'Leary in there.
What a surprise.
Number 4 is JoJo Tomei, and number 5 is Brandon Lawson. So Brandon, when you see me at the tournament, gloves off, let's go.
It's
We're gonna
just-
improve this
This is
once and
just,
for all.
just terrible. This kid's off. Well, folks, we are here now with last week's shit talk. I don't even know how to say it. VHAM kicked you off the show pretty much. You had your 10 seconds of fame, and then you just got that was hard for all of us to watch, I must admit. All right, Carol. You were on Balls Deep, correct?
Yes, sir.
Balls Deep. Now, this is, if I'm correct, you are the first member of Balls Deep to appear on the show. correct? What was it like?
It was a interesting team, you know. We had our.
Let's go through it. Let's
We
go
had
through it.
about two good people. We had Dylan Spiel and
Captain Dylan Spiel.
actually that's about it.
Okay, so let's go through the. He had 8 picks in the. Yeah, all right.
Alright, so
Number 1, Matt Santos. What do you think about that first pick?
oh, that was probably the worst first pick he could have ever gotten.
Thank God he picked Matt Santos, because I picked Mike and that really didn't work for me. So at least that was a lot worse. Number 2 was John Dolan. What do you think about John Dolan? I like John Dolan personally, but I don't know about a second rounder. What do you think?
Well, basically our whole team was the same exact thing, you know. We kicked the ball and then they caught it in the infield and that's it.
So there was 0 power.
0 power.
Now,
Or bunting skills.
Dylan thought it was a good idea to pick, as Nick just called out, Brandon Lawson, thinking that was a steal. Now, I could have told you Brandon Lawson was not going to be good at kickball. I don't know. Maybe Dan Mills and Amani. Like, I could see that.
Dan Mills, no.
Athletic ability in both of them, I could see it. But Brandon Lawson is not a steal. I'm sorry. That was, other than Matt Santos, one of the worst picks in the draft. Carol, what else do you think?
Leah definitely.
Who was your? Yeah, was she your pitcher? She was
Yeah,
your pitcher.
we had her pitching for some reason. I don't know why.
Is that why you exited so early?
I believe.
Is that
so.
why you got killed by Matt Vanderham's team?
They had Nick pitching against us? Are you on Matt V's team?
Yeah, he was on Mavi's team.
Yeah.
That's funny, to be honest. I mean, I had Lewis go for me. We went 0-2, but like we played some good
Barely
teams.
I mean, if Leah just rolls the ball to you.
I mean, if you can lose to Vham, who for some reason his team gets more criticism than you guys, and he beat you guys by like 10. That yeah.
Put that on the record. I gotta win pitching.
Nick got a pitching win, guys,
It
against
wasn't
Dylan.
just me. I'm lying.
Yep.
Him and other people. Well, you know what? It was just me pitching the whole game. Let's just go with that.
All right, Nick wants to say that it was just him, even though it probably wasn't, because he stood on second base where like the last picks go. I think we're good here, Nick. Turn it off. Carol, say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
God, with me. Keep me here for a couple seconds. Hope I get a nice hat. All right.
I'm losing consciousness. What? Dude, I'm slipping away.
Almost there.
I'm slipping out of consciousness. Is it
Uh,
good?
I don't know. Hold on.
Help!
Too big?
It's losing soon after.